Hey, welcome to the first devlog of Datapoint, which is a game I've been working on since November of 2017, and it's also where all my free time is gone, so if you're wondering where, that's where. Since this is the first devlog, and unless you've been following me on Twitter or in the Datapoint Discord, you probably have no idea what Datapoint even is, so let's go ahead and go over the last half a year of development in way too short of a time, and just catch you up a little bit so we can actually properly do this series. November, I started working on Datapoint. At the time, it didn't really have a name or idea behind it, really. I just wanted to make a top-down multiplayer shooter, similar to Hotline Miami. As you can see, I totally stole the textures from Hotline Miami. But you can also see that there's some basic multiplayer support, and the code for that is actually still in the game, technically, but it's completely disabled because it should be thrown in a fire. But I will fix it up and re-enable it sometime in the future, but right now, Datapoint is single-player. December, here I changed actually everything, and made the world procedurally generated. I added basic sword combat, removed guns, changed the textures, and I added dynamic texture connecting tiles. January, I added some trees, and then I immediately removed the trees, and then I began working on collision. I also added the basic main menu, and began working on implementing procedurally generated dungeons for some dungeon crawling. Oh, and then I changed the character to a dinosaur with a laser gun. Why did I do this? Why not? Also, I liked how it looked, so. February, I didn't have a ton of time in February, but in all the free time that I did have, I spent working on the dungeons and making them work efficiently. I might make a video in the future going over the specifics of how a dungeon is generated, but I'm actually probably going to change how it's generated pretty soon, just because I don't really like how it ends up. I'd like to have it have a little more. March. After pretty much finishing dungeon generation, I added bombs that can destroy parts of the dungeon, and they look very nice, although I may be biased. I also redid the menus, and I'm going to redo them again pretty soon, just because I'm not quite satisfied with them yet. At this point, I also started working on save files and basic customization options, and I worked a little bit on the combat, but I'm probably also going to change the combat around pretty soon also. April, I did a bunch of graphical stuff for the regular world, such as adding edges to grass and re-adding in trees, and I also added in experimental shadows. They're experimental because they don't work 100%, but they look pretty good. I just have a couple things to fix. I also spent a lot of time optimizing and changing a ton of internal systems, so everything works better. Alright, now you're up to date with the general gist of the game's development. Right now I'm trying to finish up saving and loading the game, which is taking me a little bit longer than I expected, and it also isn't super interesting to look at, unless you just like to look at like hexadecimal numbers, but anyway, once I've done that, I'm going to redo the main menu, make it look fancier, and then we'll see where we go from there. Anyway, hopefully you found this interesting. I'd love to get some feedback on this video, because I've never made a video like this before, so let me know if I should throw it in a trash can, set it on fire or not. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.